Hello! Welcome back to our IELTS vocabulary series. In this video, we're going to discuss 35 words you need to know to score high on the IELTS test. First, take a piece of paper and make 2 columns. In one column, write down the words you know. In the second column, write down the words you don't know. At the end of the video, look at your results. Write winner in the comments if you knew all the words, or tell us how many words from the list you knew. For example, 17 out of 35, or 29 out of 35. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get more tips and tricks about the test, and click the bell icon to be notified when the next video comes out. Let's get started. Impaired. Impaired means weakened or damaged. For example, impaired vision means reduced eyesight. After the accident, his hearing was impaired and required medical attention. Inadvertently. This adverb means done unintentionally or accidentally. If you inadvertently offended someone, it means that you didn't mean to do it. She inadvertently sent the email to the wrong person. Initially. Initially means at the beginning. For example, you might initially find a task challenging. Initially, the project seemed difficult, but it got easier as we progressed. Inevitable. Inevitable means certain to happen and impossible to avoid. For example, change is inevitable over time. Getting older is inevitable for everyone. Insert. To insert means to put something into something else. For example, you might insert a coin into the slot to play a slot machine. You have to insert your key into the lock to open the door. Interpersonal. Interpersonal refers to interactions or relationships between people. For example, interpersonal skills are the abilities needed to interact effectively with others. Good interpersonal skills help you get along with your co-workers. To help you improve your IELTS score, especially in the writing section, we've created a friendly PDF with 100 academic words you need to ace the IELTS test. The PDF organizes these words into groups that make them easier to learn and use effectively. It also includes sample sentences that show how each word can be used in context. To help you remember the new lexes, write short sample sentences using the most difficult words, and then read them aloud a few times. You can also use the Scala website to find more sample sentences and collocations with the new words. It's another way to retain new vocabulary. Also, every time you write a new essay, look at this list and think about which words or collocations you can use in it. Use 5 to 6 new words in each essay, and you'll see how quickly they become part of your active vocabulary. I'll leave the link in the description below. After you download it, feel free to write sample sentences using the new words in the comments for extra practice. Label. To label means to attach a name or description to something. Labeling things helps to identify and organize them. She decided to label her jars of spices to make it easier to find what she needed. Literacy. Literacy means the ability to read and write. For instance, literacy programs help individuals develop reading and writing skills. For example, literacy programs help children learn to read and write. Menace. A menace is a threat or a danger. For example, pollution is a menace to the environment. The approaching storm was a menace to the small coastal town. Millennium. A millennium is a period of 1,000 years. For example, we are currently in the 3rd millennium. The year 2000 marked the beginning of a new millennium. Modification. A modification is a change, usually to make something work better. The modification to the recipe made the cake taste even better. Pattern. A pattern is a repeated design. The quilt has a floral pattern that repeats every few squares. It also means a particular way in which something is often done or repeated. For example, behavior patterns show how people tend to behave in certain situations. The behavior patterns of the students show that they often studied together in the library before exams. Perceive. To perceive means to interpret or regard someone or something in a particular way. She perceives her new colleague as a great team player because of his friendly attitude and helpful nature. To perceive also means to become aware of something or someone by using sight, sound, touch, taste, or smell. She could perceive the smell of fresh cookies baking in the oven. Predate. To predate means to exist or occur before something else. For example, certain artifacts may predate written records. The fossils found in the cave predate the dinosaurs. Predecessors. Predecessors are people or things that came before others. For instance, a new CEO follows the predecessors who held the position before. The new principal reviewed the work of her predecessors to understand the history of the school. Predominantly. This adverb means mostly or mainly. For example, an area can be predominantly residential. The restaurant is predominantly known for its seafood dishes. Prominence. Prominence refers to the state of being important or well-known. The actor gained prominence after appearing in a major movie. Possess. To possess means to own or have something. For example, you might possess certain skills or qualities. She possesses a talent for painting that amazes everyone. Remedy. A remedy is a solution or a treatment for a problem. For example, caffeine is considered a natural remedy for headaches. Drinking plenty of water is a common remedy for dehydration. Reside. To reside means to live or stay in a particular place. People reside in their homes or communities. He resides in a small town by the sea. Retaliation. Retaliation means taking action in response to an attack or harm. It's an act of revenge. After his teammates' prank, Jake's retaliation was to hide their soccer gear. Robust. Robust means strong and healthy. She has a robust immune system, so she rarely gets sick. Route or route. A route is a path or a course to get from one place to another. We chose the fastest route to avoid traffic. Rotation. Rotation refers to the act of turning around a central point. For example, the rotation of the Earth causes day and night. The rotation of the Ferris wheel made us feel like we were flying. Settlers. Settlers are people who move to a new place and create a new community in that place. Historically, settlers have often moved to new lands. Early settlers traveled across the country to build new homes. Subsequent. Subsequent means happening after something else. For example, if the entire class fails an exam, the teacher will hopefully make subsequent tests a little easier. She missed the first bus and took the subsequent one, which arrived 30 minutes later. There is also the adverb subsequently, which means after something else. Substantial. Substantial means significant or considerable in amount or degree. They made a substantial donation to the local shelter. Sustain. To sustain means to support or maintain something over time. Sustaining an environment involves practices that ensure its ongoing health. To sustain a healthy lifestyle, it's important to eat well, exercise regularly, and get enough sleep. There is also an adjective, sustainable. It means able to be maintained at a certain rate or level. For example, farmers use sustainable practices to keep the soil healthy. Steady. Steady means stable and not likely to change suddenly. A steady improvement indicates gradual and consistent progress. Her steady hand made it easy to paint the detailed design. Sufficient. Sufficient means enough to meet the needs or requirements. We had a sufficient amount of food for everyone at the party. Tag. To tag means to attach a label to something. A tag is a label or a marker that gives some information about the thing it's attached to. She tagged her suitcase with a bright label so it would be easy to find at the airport. Tremendous. Tremendous means extremely good, or very large, great, or strong. The concert received a tremendous amount of applause. This means that the concert received a lot of applause. Utility. Utility refers to the usefulness of something. The utility of the multi-tool became clear when it solved 3 different problems. The new app has great utility for managing daily tasks efficiently. Also, you all probably know the term utility bills, which refers to gas, water, and electricity. For example, the landlord is responsible for paying the utility bills, including gas and electricity for the apartment. Venue. A venue is a location where an event or activity takes place. For example, concert venues are places where musical performances happen. The wedding was held at a beautiful outdoor venue by the lake. Warrant. To warrant means to make something necessary. When a situation might warrant further investigation or action, it means that further investigation is necessary. The suspicious activity warranted a thorough investigation by the police. We've just covered 35 essential words that will be of great help on your IELTS test. Thanks for watching! I'd love to hear how many of these words you already knew and which ones were new to you. Please comment below with the number of words you knew. And remember, getting a high score on the IELTS is not an impossible feat. You can do it. See you all very soon. Bye!